This video is going to take you through how to create several things. We are going to use a static class member. We are going to use an array of objects. Those objects are going to be budgets. So they're going to be division budgets. And we're going to use inline methods in the header class. Some of this I've already typed up, so I'm just going to be talking it through for you, but you'll be able to see it on the screen. So to give you an idea of what or how the program is going to work, the idea is that we have a company, and the company has a number of divisions. In this case, it's going to be 4, and we are going to get the budget requests for each division, and then we are going to tally up the budget for the entire corporation from every single division that's possible. And then we will display the request for each division. And some of this code I have started to type just so it goes a little bit easier. And at the very, very end, we will output the total budget for the entire corporation. There'll be a few variables that I have to play around with the names here to get this correct. But that's going to be the idea. So we're going to write the class first, and then I'm going to come back to this main program, but I wanted to give you an overview first. Most of the class has been written in budget.h. So let's take a look at our header file. In budget.h, we are going to demonstrate inline methods, and an inline method is any method that is written in the header file. So an inline method is a method included in the header file. That means there is no implementation in a .cpp file for that particular method. A static class variable can be thought of kind of like a global variable, but it is created once for the entire class. And oftentimes when you have to tally something or keep a total of something, you want a static class variable. And some of you are using this in your semester project, so I've created an example for you. All right, now the other thing is when you create a class, remember you have to use pound if not defined, pound define, and at the end pound end if, or you could use pound pragma once as an alternative. I'm using the older style just in case you guys run across it and to remind you of what it looks like. So our class is a budget class. It's going to have 2 instance fields, as we saw in the class diagram from video 1. It's the corporate budget and it's a division budget. Please notice that corporate budget is created as a static variable. So there will be one instance or one instance of this variable created for the entire class. And what that does is it allows us then every time a new division adds in a new budget value, we can keep adding to the corporate budget without resetting the corporate budget to 0. All of our methods for this class are actually going to be in line. And so for example, this entire line right here is my constructor. When I create a budget, it's going to be for each division, and I'm going to initialize it at 0 because initially there is no money until I assign something or give you a budget amount. So you start with 0, and then we're going to get or add to the budget amount. When we add to a budget, there are 2 things that are going to occur. I'm going to accept the amount to be added. I'm going to add that to the division budget, and I'm going to add that then to the corporate budget. Please note 2 things. 1, I'm using the shortcut plus equals, which means the same thing as division budget is assigned division budget plus amount. And 2, that division budget is calculated first and then it's added on to corporate budget. I could have probably used the variable amount right here, but I didn't because I wanted to demonstrate that the corporate budget is going to be the sum of all of the division budgets. So I'm trying to make my code more readable. Last but not least are the the getter methods, which return a division budget and a corporate budget. All of these methods are fairly short. This method here, the add budget, is one that I would probably argue maybe it shouldn't be an inline method, but since every other one is an inline method, and to demonstrate inline methods, I'm going to leave that as what we call an inline method. And that's our class, the budget class. The next video will show how to create and finalize the budget driver and how to implement this class in a program that creates an array of budgets.